Big field. They're set. Light blinks away. Smooth CHINO in a very wide betting race. Runs favourite. And they're off and they're racing. Catalpa was the first of them to win the start. Away quickly, Jazz Session from toward the rail. Smooth CHINO got out very well also, and he's going to ride the speed at the end of 200. Right behind them, First Beach. Yorga Pride will be trapped out 3 deep, settling down. A length and a half away to 6 Inch Heels. Kalima's going up near the middle, and Objectifier's outside of those, trailing with a bit of cover. Further back is Under Influence. Magna's Choice back there with Valsacina. Brave Spirit. Then Scully. Exceed the Planet well back in the field. Ruling Rocket at the tail of the field. They go to the 600 metre mark, and the leader is Catalpa. Snuck a length and a half to Smooth CHINO, stalking it to the turn. First Beach is up there in third spot. Yorga Pride though in the cheap seats. Down on the rails to Jazz Session. Objectify tracks up wider on the course. Has to come very deep, straightening. Kalima's just behind those. Then Valsacina turning at the 300. Smooth CHINO grabbed the lead. First Beach is on the outside in pursuit. Kalima getting through. So's Jazz Session. Smooth CHINO the leader. 100 to go from Jazz Session. First Beach behind those, but Smooth CHINO boots away from them, and it's a great return. Unbeaten Smooth CHINO. Smooth CHINO has won from Jazz Session. Kalima 6 Inch Heels behind them running on. Exceed the Planet, a real black booker, storming home late with Yorga Pride. Objectify. Magna's Choice in behind them. Scully followed further back to Brave Spirit, then Under Influence. Catalpa weakening, and the last of them home is Ruler Rocket. Smooth CHINO takes out the last event of the day and remains unbeaten. Smooth CHINO, 4 appearances, 4 wins, and a super confident ride by Austin Galati for trainer Indiana Wynett to take out the last over Jazz Session, Kalima, and 6 Inch Heels. A quality 4-year-old by Machino, who has a big double today, of course. Sire of the winner of the Prince of Wales in Joker's Grin. He stamps the winner of the last as well. He hunted the speed, jumped quickly, had a challenge, beat them all off, and has won by over a length in 1:10.89. 1:10.89. Fabulous return by Smooth CHINO. For Indiana Wynett, Mrs. M. Hall and B. Wilkin. Osti Galati in the saddle. Scores from 8 Jazz Session. Sean O'Donnell for trainer Justine Erkelins. And Kalima first up by Star Spangled Banner. Lucy Fiore for the Darren McCall stable. It's 7, 8, 6 and 13. He is a quality act, and in time is going to get to another level. He's come back to racing today as good as he went to the paddock, and that was after winning a Magic Millions as a 3-year-old. Hit the front at the top of the straight. He was nursed and just kidded to by Galati. He knew that he might have been vulnerable late, tested him out, and when he tested Smooth CHINO, there was plenty to offer. He's come away to win most impressively. Well, it's been a super day. Fabulous victory in the last event by this talented 4-year-old as well. As we can take you down now to the enclosure, and this is becoming a real thrill for part owner and trainer Indiana Wynett. Lockie.
Nice horse, Smooth CHINO, Darren. He's unbeaten from 4 career starts, and Indiana Wynett is doing a wonderful job in preparing him. She's just making her way to the outside fence and having a look at her star galloper on the rise. He's now made it 4 from 4, and it's been difficult to do what he's done today, Scott, in terms of punching the breeze, but he showed good gate speed in the early stages, and once he settled outside the lead, it was the only horse he really wanted to be on.
Exactly right. Indiana Wynett was just here on the fence, making sure that she got a photo of the stable star here, Lock, so hopefully she can make her way across and get a word, because this is a really nice story, this horse. Mount Barker Maiden, Bunbury Class 1, Pinjarra Magic Millions, now a 66 plus here on a Saturday, heading into the carnival. He's a really nice horse, this.
And here's Indy with me now. Indy, congratulations on the win. He's back, and back in a big way.
Yeah, thank you for that. That was great.
What did you make of it early? We've obviously seen him show such a good turn of foot from back in the field, but he's versatile as well, and that was on display today.
I did tell Austin to be positive out the gates today, and that's exactly where I was expecting him to sit, so perfect.
He's nominated for some big races over the next 4 to 6 weeks. What is your plan with him, knowing that he's still such a lightly raced, that being a lowly rated horse as well?
We're still going to plan for them, but it's not set in stone that we'll run in them. We'll see how he pulls up today, maybe pick another race for him and go from there.
Ultimately, is it the Winterbottom Stakes that you reference, and is that the ultimate race that you'd like to see him get to in the next month or two?
Yeah, I think the Gold Rush also suits as well, but I'm just taking it run by run.
What's it like for a young trainer like yourself? You obviously put yourself on the map in a Magic Millions, but now at this time of year, carnival time, it must be important for your business.
Very, very important. Like, this horse has done so much for me behind the scenes, business-wise, so yeah, it's great.
An outstanding training performance to see him back at the races. Well done here.
Thank you.
There's Indiana Wineherd after the win of Smooth Chino. Unbeaten 4-year-old, he's 4 from 4 now, and it's taking Indy and Austin Gallardi on a wonderful ride. As you said, prior to the last, Scott, one ride for Austin Gallardi, and he boots home a winner, and he's going to have a great deal of fun with this horse.
He certainly is, Lockie, and it's great reward for Austin as well. Anybody that punts over here in the West, whether it be provincials or country, Austin rides a hell of a lot of winners, but he doesn't get a lot of metro opportunity. Don't forget too, Austin Gallardi, when he was an apprentice, couldn't ride here on a Saturday. He was he didn't get to ride enough provincial winners to qualify to ride here as a 3-kilo claimer, and now as a senior he's able to ride here and he's riding winners. So it's great for Austin, it's great for Indy, and that horse Smooth Chino is good for WA racing. 4 from 4 undefeated. It's those undefeated horses that continue to build excitement.
That it does, and it really is a remarkable story with Austin. I recall he wasn't able to ride on a Saturday, as Scott said, and then 2 weeks later he was riding on a Saturday and riding winners. Such was the peculiar system at the time, but he had an injury-littered apprenticeship, but now as a senior rider he's riding plenty of winners. He's one of the most popular men in the jockey's room, and here he is catching up with Scotty.
We'll grab a word now with Austin after the first up victory of Smooth Chino. Austin, obviously when he won that Pinjarra Magic Millions it would have been a thrill, but on a Saturday here leading into the carnival, I'm sure it's even better.
Oh yeah, for sure. Off that, like, first up, and he's actually still so green and so wonky still, but no, he's just, yeah, he's winning well, and he's, yeah, winning on his own, yeah.
What about in that trial too? The Joker's grins there, and he was holding his own.
Yeah, I was pretty excited, like, pretty happy with the trial. Like, I didn't push any buttons, and he just hit the line nice. It did him up good, and I was glad it was enough to get him over the line today.
Pinjarra Magic Millions, you've nearly won from last. Today you've sat in the breeze. He's beautifully versatile.
Yeah, he actually is. He showed a bit more toe today, and fresh. I just thought, you know, take any bad luck out of the race, and yeah, he was too good for him.
Saturday Metro winners, how good, well done, mate?
Yeah, cheers, thank you.
There's Austin Gallardi. He combines with Indiana Wineherd and Smooth Chino, a very, very nice horse that, well, the carnival might come around a little too soon for him this year, Scotty, but this time next year he really could be a horse that we really begin to talk about in regards to a live hopeful for a Winterbottom Stakes, or maybe even a Gold Rush, as Indy said.
Well, exactly right. I mean, the handicapping system's going to play against him trying to get to those feature races. Lockie, after today, he probably goes to somewhere around that 78 marker, so he's still a long way off. He's still a few wins off. If this horse went to that, I think there's a 72-14 coming up, he'd clash with Ascot, who was a very impressive winner the other day, potentially others who have been going really well. Royal Toronado was a great run first up, obviously Dealer In would be there as well, stakes winning type of filly, so that'd be a really nice clash and an exciting test for him. But every time they raise the bar with this horse, he just continues to get better.
That he does. Let's crack down on the 3 features that we've seen here this afternoon. The Prince of Wales Stakes, surprise, surprise, Joker's grin, he wins stylishly.
He certainly did, but he wasn't the only talking point out of that race, so it was great to see Oscar's Fortune not only back here in the West, but also racing like a happy, healthy horse. And obviously that Victorian preparation, we all knew over here that he wasn't showing his best, but it's always then when they come home, the big query of, will you ever get them back? But I think that's a big tick for him. Those two go head-to-head again in a Colonel Reeves. I think, obviously, Joker's Green will probably beat him again, but for us, it's going to make it so much more competitive.
The Placid Arc Prelude, Luana missed. She was unlucky last start in the Max Simmons, but she made amends today, courtesy of a great ride from Sean O'Donnell.
Who really celebrated it too. He's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet in life, Sean O'Donnell, and he's always so congratulatory and thankful for the opportunities that he gets and the supporters that he's got behind the scenes. He's had a pretty lean run, Donga, and so it's great to see him return to the winner's circle with with a feature victory. And for Luana Miss, well, $500,000 on Placid Arc Stakes Day at 1,200 metres. And then you just never know. You could test the waters. If you come out and win the Placid Arc, the option is there to go ballot exempt into a Winterbottom Stakes. I know it's weight for age, 3-year-olds against the older horses. It's not an easy task at all. But we have seen it done before. Oscar's Fortune, Ripcord, they ran cheeky races into the placings behind Overpass. So if you win the Placid Arc, you have to at least think about it.
And now the race that we really need to discuss, the Asian Beau, taken out by Watch Me Rock. First things first, let's give credit where credit is due. An outstanding performance from him.
Well, that's the thing. He's not going to get anywhere near as much airtime as the beaten odds-on favourite in Cosmic Crusader, but he deserves to get it because first up in the Eurythmic, he was desperately unlucky, held up for the vast majority of the home straight. Willie Pike was pretty harsh on himself that day, but in the end, he drew barrier number 1. He sat in the box seat and he couldn't get out. I didn't think there was a lot of option for the Wizard. I know he's a magician, but he didn't have that pogo stick there, no. The Elite Bell version on that day. But today, Flowing Run, he's that kind of horse and always has been. It took him a little while to sort of break maiden status. I remember punting him a few times in maidens and doing my money and thinking, what am I doing here? But this horse, he just looked like he was always going to, you raise the bar, you go to a higher level and he'll go with them. So the better quality of horse that he meets, the higher pressure that they put on, the better for him. He's a live chance in the railway for sure.
Now, Cosmic Crusader, we need to touch upon him. He went under as the $1.40 favourite. Were you surprised by the tactics in the early stages of that race with Clint Johnson Porter and also Love 'Em All?
Not in a sense. I mean, everybody wanted to see Cosmic Crusader go forward, and he did go forward. I think the confusing part was the sitting 3/4 of a length in front of the leader on the outside and not really making that decision. It was either roll on with it and go to the top or really grab hold, and I think for Clint, he sort of just got caught a little bit in between in both worlds. So, look, I'm a massive Clint Johnston Porter fan, and I know that Portsy will be really harsh on himself, and I know that he'll be really disappointed in the result, but I hope he can bounce out of that, and I hope we get to see Cosmic Crusader go around in an RJ Peters, and I'd love to see him win the Peters to get into the railway, because I think he's got the X factor of the horse that you want to see in that feature. He's the all-in favourite for the railway, but he needs to win the Peters just to get in. It's a bizarre circumstance.
That it is. So it's been a huge day of racing here at Ascot, but we now turn our attention to Melbourne Cup Day and the 3-year-old fillies clash in the Burgess Queen. It has to be one of the best Burgess Queens I've seen over the last 3 to 4 years.
Well, Amelia's Jewel won one, so calm down, son.
Yeah, but in terms of depth, Amelia's Jewel was the star, but she was the only talking point, as was Laced Up Heels, and Amelia's Jewel didn't even win that race.
Yeah, gotcha. Laced Up Heels got on that day down the outside, but that was an exciting clash. But this one, you're right, it's got so much depth. There's so many different lines through it. I'm playing it Sweet Fan. Talk & Co.'s got a great CV against her name. Our Girl Can Run brings huge intrigue because she demolished a maiden field by nearly 7 lengths, and she's a free-rolling leader. But it runs deeper than that too. Like, there's horses like Riva Aklarama, who was sectionally enormous first up, double figures. Zoo Run Run was a really good effort, I thought, in the Belgravia at her return to racing as well. So there's going to be horses in that Burgess Queen that'll be 20, 30 to 1, but you can make a genuine case for them.
We have had a lot of fun bringing you all the action from Ascot here today. It's been a wonderful day of racing. The picture becomes a little bit clearer over the coming weeks, that being a Placid Arc or a Railway Stakes, maybe even a Winterbottom Stakes. But that's all we have time for from Ascot. It's good night from Scotty and I.